to the Sitdown Podcast Show, where I talk about random things you probably don't care about. If you're new here, my name is Ethel Adoma, and please do want to subscribe to my channel because even though I talk about random things, it's mostly interesting, okay? So, yeah. Today I don't want to talk much, even though I might end up talking much, because whenever I start talking, I end up saying so much that I tend to deviate from what I'm actually saying. I hope I don't for today's video. Anyways, and for those of you who are always watching my videos, thank you so much, and thank you for coming back to watch this new episode. I don't know which episode number we are on right now, but yeah, welcome to another episode of the Sitdown Podcast Show. I'm so happy. I'm being consistent, so yeah. Anyways, I'm still recording in November, but let's not talk about that. Alright, so for today's video, or for today's topic that I want to discuss or I want to talk about, I feel like it's kind of like necessary. So I think my first episode of the Sitdown Podcast Show, I came on here talking about how I got nominated for an award as a model, and yeah, and I told you guys I was going to give you guys more news about that whole thing, and I never did. They did the award show a month ago, which I did not attend, but I will get to that one later. So they did the award show a month ago, but did I say month? Okay, so in December, meaning 2 months ago. And yeah, so I think I should start from how I got into the modeling career. Okay, so when I got into the university, I wanted to go into fashion, but then I happened to end up studying biomedical engineering. So I wanted to find other ways of actually going into fashion without actually being into fashion, and I found modeling. I loved the whole idea of modeling. In fact, I actually love pageantry more than the other parts of modeling. So yeah, I wanted to get an agency because I am not really outgoing. So I felt like if I'm to do things all on my own, I was going to fail. So I tried to find an agency, and the agencies that I would say they do work a lot, they help build their models, were all in Accra. And I was in school, first year. There's no way I can be going to Accra and coming back for like meetings or shows and stuff like that. So I wanted to get an agency in Kumasi where they get to do shows or work like in Kumasi. They're based in Kumasi, they work in Kumasi. Even though if you're available to travel, you can do that and all that. So I got an agency, which was kind of like a new agency, an upcoming agency. And it's kind of still seems the same, but I'm not going to be talking much about that agency. So yeah, I found an agency and I started my modeling career. There were a whole lot of ups and downs. I'm not a good student. I think I said this in my previous episode. I wasn't a good student, so me having to add modeling to it was like it was like, girl, you're just trying to fail. So we would get called to go to some place to do some photo shoots. You would have to get things like buy things to get the photo shoots done because we're working with the concept, okay? And then what I'll say helped me the most is the fact that we were trained. We were meeting, I think, every weekend, and then we couldn't make it every weekend, so we changed it to every other weekend. And we were trained on how to walk, how to pose, how to, your appearance, how your facial expressions and all that. We were taught all of those things, more like practical. But I, being so interested in modeling and really wanting to go into modeling for real, went a notch higher and did my research online, learned so much about modeling. And yeah, I got the knowledge and the informations that I needed. Did I just say informations? I got the knowledge and the information that I needed to help me personally boost my modeling career. So I think when I got to final year, um, so before I get to what I was just about to say, I missed an opportunity for a show, which was supposed to be my first show, and it was my fault. It was my fault. It was my bad temper's fault, but we solved that issue, and yeah, I kept on attending other shows. Um, Anytime I attend a show, it was mainly to kind of like judge the models, how they're selling the clothes they're wearing or the items they're wearing, and their walk, the facial expressions, the things that thought I was kind of like judging them, trying, and if I find someone whose walk seems nice to me, I would try and practice it and try to build myself up. So now fast forward to when I got into final year, I started applying to agencies abroad. I applied to a couple of agencies in the US, in the UK. I think I applied to some agencies in Italy. No, I didn't apply to any agency in France, but I did apply to, I think, one or two agencies in Italy, UK, US. Yeah, and I got rejected. One thing about these agencies is they won't actually send you a message or tell you that you've been rejected. But if you don't hear from them, it means you've been rejected. And I haven't heard from them up until now. So, yeah, I think one agency, they actually did tell me that if they are interested in me, they will reach out to me. And if they're not, or if I don't hear from them again, it means they are not interested in me. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I will also try and see what I can do for myself. So just when I was about to complete, I got the chance to model in kind of like a mini show, which I almost disgraced myself. I almost fell. I twisted my ankle. You guys, I twisted my ankle on stage. People laughed. But, being the bougie kind of person that I am, I loved it off. I actually laughed with the crowd and did a couple twists and turns before I left the stage, and they all cheered for me. So yeah, I mean it was pretty cool. And then after I completed, I also got the chance to be in another fashion show, which I got through the casting. I attended all of the rehearsals and everything. I really wanted to go. My mom was like really supporting me. The day that I was supposed to go for the show, my mom helped me do all of my chores like really early so that I would get to go. But then about 2 to 3 hours before I was supposed to leave home, I just didn't feel like going anymore. I don't know what was happening to me. I don't know what was going through my mind at that time. I just didn't feel like going. So I never made it to like a fashion show which is kind of like recognized on the internet. So yeah, that kind of like ended my confidence in wanting to be in the modeling industry or wanting to be a model. So I was like, okay, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. I wanted to attend a couple of other shows in Accra, but some things came up. I actually wanted to do my national service in Accra so that I could get the chance to attend some shows or to, want to get to be in some shows in Accra. But I couldn't get the chance. Something came up. So I had to stay in Kumasi, do my national service in Kumasi, and try to get shows in Kumasi to attend. And yeah, so I wanted to get into Kumasi Fashion Week, but on the day that I was supposed to go for the casting, I don't know, something didn't come up. I just didn't feel like attending the casting anymore. And then I followed, the whole process and everything into the show itself. They kind of like streamed it online. And I watched it, I enjoyed it, I liked it. I criticized some models, I kind of like judged what they were doing there. And yeah, so I was kind of like going through my Instagram DMs, the request, and then I saw a message from an agency or an organization where they were, nominating me for the Best Female Models Award. And I was like, God, is this a sign for me to get back into modeling? Because I was like, I'm not going to do this again. Like, I'm done with modeling. Maybe I would go into pageantry, but then I was like, nah, I'm not going to go into pageantry, because if I win, I'm going to have to sacrifice a whole year of my work and do, the work that I'm supposed to do for the pageantry. When you're going into pageantry, you go with like an aim, you go with something you want to do, something is like kind of like an NGO kind of thing. So maybe you want to help the kids on the streets, so you have to sacrifice a whole year. You have to take like a leave, or more like resign from work for a year, and then you get support to help the kids on the streets. But I thought about it and I was like, nah. And then later on I was like, Eto, you're thinking about winning. Are you even going to win? Like, are you even going to win? But I'm a very, very optimistic person, and I always think about, the good things. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to win. If I win, I'm going to have to sacrifice a whole year of work, and I can't do that. So we're just going to put that one aside for now, and maybe I will have to concentrate on fashion, and maybe training other people who I think will do well in the modeling industry. So that is something that I'm about to start doing, training people into the modeling industry. So where am I think I'm lost. Okay, so I got the nomination, and then I asked myself a couple of times, and I was like, should I accept this? Should I not? Should I not? Should I not? And I was like, okay, let's just see how things go. So I accepted it, and I think the mistake I made was the picture that I used, because I have really, really nice pictures that I could give them to use for the flyer, but I gave them the wrong picture, like the totally wrong picture. I don't hate that picture. I actually love it, but I felt like it wasn't fitting. But then I was like, female model, so yeah. But then I was like, later on I was like, that picture doesn't conform to my values now, or as at the time that I was giving them that picture to do it. So why did I give them that picture? After they were done with the flyer, I really wanted to ask them to change the picture, but then I was like, okay, let's just keep it that way and see how things turns out. And I think that picture made me fail. I got a couple of votes, but we being in Ghana, if you're contesting for anything like this, it means you will have to kind of like borrow money to vote for yourself, because no one's going to support you. No one is going to support you. And the fact that you guys are supporting me on my channel is like making me so happy, because in a country or in a place where no one really cares about you, no one really cares about helping you to grow as a person, and you guys are willing to help me to grow my YouTube channel and all that, I feel blessed. I feel really, really glad. Now let's get back to the point. So yeah, I had designed a dress that I wanted to make for the award show, and then I saw a number of votes. I mean, I was voting for myself. I was leading at some point, and then I received a message from them saying that to qualify for an award, you need a minimum amount of 1,000 votes. And mind you, I was leading with 270 something votes. So I was like, 1,000 votes, which is like more than 1,000 Ghana cedis. I don't even have extra 100 cedis to vote anymore. I was, trying to, get some small votes to support myself, to keep me in a comfortable lead. But a minimum of 1,000 votes, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I think that was the sign to tell me that, Ethel, this is not for you. Like, this was never for you. This shouldn't have been for you. Like, I shouldn't have gotten into it in the first place. I shouldn't have even accepted the nomination in the first place. So yeah, I was like, I'm done. I'm done with the race, and I really wished that at that point they could just take me out of the whole thing, but it was fine. I mean, I lost. I was third. I came out third, according to the number of votes. So yeah, I think I was okay, and I felt like that whole experience it taught me so much, and I feel like saying I'm not going to go into a competition anymore, because I got myself into a competition back in school, and was like it was a pageantry, and I didn't get any votes, so I dropped out of the competition. I didn't want it to wait to be like evicted. I personally dropped out. So I feel like such competitions are actually not for me, so I am not going to go into such competitions anymore. I think I'm going to have to end this video here because my camera is messing up. Well, not my camera, my storage is full, so I had to go back, delete some videos, delete some old videos and some old stuff. And I have been downloading memes a lot recently. I don't even understand myself. So yeah, anyways, I think this is going to be the end of today's episode of the Sit Down Podcast Show. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not, because the number of you guys who watch my videos, about 50% of you guys have not subscribed to my channel. So please subscribe to my channel, support me, help me grow. Yeah, I know it's all about me, but I promise you, sometimes you just want to listen to some random thing, to kind of like help clear your mind. So yeah, I am here for you. Just subscribe to my channel and remember to click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any upload, and then you get to enjoy my videos. So thank you once again, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.